When you watch a person for so long, you start thinking like that person, start talking like that person because they're programming your mind. And it's not mean they're purposely doing it. It's just this is why you got to focus on yourself, bro. It's the mind, bro. The mind get crazy, bro. The mind get crazy. This is where energy comes from. This is why when they be like, oh, yeah, you know, when people be like, oh, yeah, when you around a negative person all day, you just going to start feeling negativity. It's not because y'all picking up the same energy. It's because that person's mind is controlling your mind.
Why do I need to do all that shit for other people if I don't want to do it? I take care of myself every single day. I treat myself every single day. Every day is my birthday. This is just the day I was born.
What's good with y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So I don't know if you guys saw the whole Sublime Conscious and bandwagoning versus the Red Pill video I made. And I mentioned that I would never be talking about that type of stuff again. Mostly because I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? But this video, I'm finna talk about something I never talked about on the channel, which is the spiritual community, right? And mostly I'm finna talk about the life videos that VonTooCut made. And to quickly give you guys my opinion on what life is, my perspective on life, it is just simply your physical experience. From the day you are born to the day you die, that's your life. And basically I'm trying to say that life is pretty much just a collection of experiences, right? And the meaning behind life is different for everybody, because your life is pretty much just your perspective. If you believe your life is just your journey as a spiritual being, then that's what life is. If you just believe your life is just to be born and die, that's what your life is. If you believe that your life is you having to make sure that you fulfill your purpose, then that's what life is. VonTooCut is one of the most popular members of the spiritual community, which he used to be in the spiritual community, but he later detached himself away from all these communities and stuff, the semen retention, spiritual community, and he now just considers himself as a regular nigga. You know what I'm saying? He really has no attachment. And I personally believe, you know, he's a great example of how your perception, just your perception alone changes your whole viewpoint on life. Is that, and now I believe it was just important in general because, you know, this guy has a huge cult following. You know, whether he likes it or not, he's very impressionable. You know, he's very influential. Plus, he's got a younger audience, so pretty much whatever he says, they're gonna follow him. And you have to understand, the spiritual community was so big. At one point, NLE Choppa was on the spiritual wave, and he was making spiritual videos or meditation, all that. You know, there's hundreds of spiritual content creators that came out of nowhere, like Life with Rich, bandwagoning was on the spiritual train. And even this guy called Jihad66 or something like that. Everyone was talking about sun gazing and, you know, semen retention. But I believe once VonTooCut really detached himself away from the spiritual community and really just left it to die, all these content creators which was on spiritual wave, they either started doing other types of content or they just completely fell off and stopped making content in general. And looking back at it, the spiritual community was just a trend. From early 2019, when SpiritualSo started making videos about it, it really was taken seriously because, you know, it wasn't very popular and there wasn't as many people doing it. So it actually, you know, came off as genuine, and the things they were talking about were actually helpful. You know what I'm saying? Like taking care of yourself, self-improvement, stuff like that. And most importantly, semen retention. But I believe that the spirituality trend, it really did more harm to people than it did good, because people start overthinking, you know, overdosing on the information. I mean, it got so bad where people was getting suicidal, you know what I'm saying? They were pretty much thinking, well, when Von dropped that video where he said that nothing matters and all that, people was like, well, what's the point of life? Like, I might as well just kill myself like this. There ain't no point to this. And even Von, on multiple occasions, man, this guy was, you know, deeply depressed. I mean, he had multiple thoughts of killing himself. And he overdosed so much on, you know, the Matrix and all these sorts of what's the point of life. And he really overdosed on the red pill, I believe. And mostly, he let spirituality consume him.
So I got the knife to my neck like this, and I'm deep in there too, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was really finna do it. I wasn't playing. But the only thing that stopped me from actually, you feel me, slide was that my mama was still watching TV. Because the way I looked at it, I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna do it while my mama's still up. I'm gonna wait till she go to sleep to do it. You feel me? So I put the knife down right beside me, and then I try to wait for her to go to sleep. So bro, 2 hours go by, and it's like 1 a.m. right now, bro, and my mama's still up. I know she's still up because I hear her on the phone, she being loud and jump. And then, bro, it got to the point I was waiting so long, I ended up going to sleep, not even realizing I went to sleep. You feel me? So then in the morning, I woke up, and I checked my phone. I was about an hour late for school. I'd have missed the bus and all. And then I looked right beside me. I was looking at the knife, and I was like, damn, I'm glad I didn't do that shit. Y'all heard Von killed himself? Like, man, fuck, hell nah, bitch. I ain't about to cry, man. Hell nah. That's some bitch nigga shit. I ain't crying, bro. Fuck no. Nah, nigga, you ain't about to get me on camera. Fuck no.
The Anunnaki theories and all this. I remember that VonTooCut made a video about the Matrix, and the video was called Free Your Mind. And although the video at the time, you know, he was trying to expose what's going on and wake people up, as they say, at the end of the day, all that is just overthinking, thinking deep. Because you can think all these conspiracies all you want. You can, you know, make yourself believe all these things about the Illuminati and agents is all true and stuff. But what you have to realize is that nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. And at the end of the day, we can all have our thoughts and opinions of what the truth is. Whether you believe in the Matrix, whether you believe in the Most High, whether you believe in the red pill. All it is at the end of the day is just a belief. And I do believe towards the end of the spiritual community, you know, as it was slowly dying, and we saw, you know, SpiritualSo, you know, make less frequent videos, and VonTooCut was slowly detaching himself away from the spiritual community with videos like the hamster wheel. I believe that people started understanding that the whole spirituality thing is pretty much just another religion. Because just like religion, you can believe it, you know what I'm saying? You can believe in your religion and you can take that as your reality. But at the end of the day, it's just a belief. You know, just because you believe in that religion doesn't mean it's a reality for everyone. It's just your reality. And that's why I believe that so many people think that people who are so-called spiritual are crazy, is because they don't believe in that type of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like when I'll tell people that I would be on scene retention for 6 months, they'll think there's something wrong with me because that's not deemed normal in the society we're in. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with if you believe in that spiritual stuff, or if you believe in religion, or if you just don't believe in any of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, your perspective is your reality. You know, just because a couple of people disagree with you doesn't mean what you believe is false. What ruined the spiritual community is when everyone started bandwagoning onto it. And instead of having thoughts for themselves, they were pretty much just regurgitating what these popular content creators were saying. And everybody watching them, instead of having their own perspective, they were just taking what these guys were saying as their own perspective, as their own reality. And it's almost the same thing as getting brainwashed, you know what I'm saying? And VonTooCut said this over and over and over again. He didn't want people to look up to him like he's a god, because he tells everybody he's just a regular nigga.
Like for instance, right, let's say if a dude watched me for a whole month, I guarantee you if a dude start doing videos, he gonna start his videos off like this. What's good with y'all niggas, bruh? He gonna start talking like me, he gonna start acting like me. You feel me? This is why I don't like to watch entertainers like that. And this, your brain is a computer program. It's being programmed every second of the day. As I'm talking right now, you're getting programmed by me. You feel what I mean? This is why it's important to watch who you watching all the time.
And in my opinion, people like VonTooCut and other people that was on the spiritual wave later realized that there's really no point investing all your energy and time into something that you really don't know if it's true or not. And that you should just really invest your time in self-improving, focusing on yourself, and making sure you're straight. And why I always say that having your own perspective is the most important thing and thinking for yourself is because at the end of the day, you shouldn't model your life after anybody else. It should be your own experience. Because a lot of these guys you hear on the internet and stuff, a lot of these guys are false prophets. Like, I ain't finna expose none of these guys, but I know things about them that they don't always do what they say, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of these guys might say be on semen retention, but behind your back. How you know they on seam retention? And a lot of people say, oh, don't do this, don't do that. But at the end of the day, they doing whatever they want, but they telling you not to do it. Like, these people be hypocrites, you know what I'm saying? So, to be honest, all you should listen to is yourself and the Most High, in my opinion.
Pocket full of Benjamins, but they call me Bill. Slinging steel for the bill, kill for the bill. Had to sit for a little, they sent me out the hill. I'm roll running, trying to make it back to the crib. I got pieces, I got money in the stack.